150 yards away in a recreation of the Batmobile. There's no way that thing is street legal because it's got super big fins all over the place. It doesn't fit inside a standard lane, which I'm gonna guess is about 12 feet. Not super sure, but I think it's 12 feet. America! Welcome to the Early Bird Special. Weirdest Early Bird Special considering that we had no timeline for this and Johnny's still not ready. So he's watching videos of me dancing around and I have no idea what's going on.
I was trying to reply to a comment, but I can't right now.
Okay, that's fine. But no, okay, so this is, oh goodness gravy.
Goodness gravy.
Lost my second win, didn't get a lot of sleep, never do. Hustling lately, hustling fast.
Fast and hard.
Fast and Hard. It's the name of my tribute album. To no one in particular. All right. So, this is the jam session for Comicpalooza. We are going to be talking about what we're planning on doing and how we are going to make this a fuller, more interactive experience for you all, because I've been very vocal. This is making noise at me. I'm going to stop it.
Huh? I think I did it from here.
You shouldn't do it. I was just going to mute this computer.
No, that's fine. You can do that.
Yeah, because I don't want you to accidentally mute our whole jam over there. So, well, now I got to check and see if you did.
Did what? No, I just muted this video.
Don't mute the video. I'm trying to talk.
No, I'm not broadcasting it muted. I'm watching our stream, and I muted that, and I thought that one was remotely into this one, and that's why it was creating... Never mind.
Okay, as long as you're confident, and you double check now that you made me nervous. Double check, please.
No, it's there's audio on the stream. We're good.
I know I'm capturing audio, but are we broadcasting the audio?
Correct.
I'm asking.
We are.
Zach, say something. Zach, say something. Now I can't hear him at all. Which I think is you're doing, Johnny.
Then turn it up.
No, I turned it all the way up.
I can see it. I can see the bars.
I know you can see it. Why can't I hear it?
Because you muted it.
No, it's not muted. I took the mute off. I want to hear myself on your computer.
Okay. I'll help you.
Through YouTube.
Okay.
Go to this video on YouTube and play back me.
Okay. It's right here.
Through YouTube. Okay, thank you. All right. So something that I'm very critical about when it comes to Comicpalooza, and I think I've hit the nail on the head as far as analogies as I talk to different people about this, is that, and it's not Comicpalooza's fault. I'm not gonna besmirch Comicpalooza for adhering to the state of the art by doing what works, because people love these conventions. They do. It's my personal taste that these conventions often feel like big shopping malls. Like, you go there and there may be some comic books that you couldn't find, and there may be some toys that you were interested in getting and stuff like that, and or you pay to meet a celebrity. Sometimes there's some celebrity panels going on, and those are fun too. And so you've basically got a shopping mall and then like some lecture halls is basically the whole thing. And what we are going to work on today during the show is figuring out exactly what we're going to do in order to make it a interactive experience, which is something I feel that we have been successful in doing every year we've gone to Comicpalooza, pretty much every year. Because our first time round, what was the first thing we did?
Oh, the very first one?
Yeah. That was the time that I did my impersonation of a steamroller and almost broke everything, right?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Like, we had we had those long card tables, not card.
Are you talking about the first time we had a booth, or the first time we went to Comicpalooza?
First time we had a booth.
Oh, we were trying to start the brew pub at the time.
Right, and so there were glasses to buy and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were selling.
And,
yeah.
So we had this folding table, and my idea was, I'll be the funny guy, and I'll drop onto my back and roll under the table and disappear like a ninja.
Mm-hmm.
And the legs were in the way, and so I just crashed into the legs and almost destroyed everything.
You didn't, luckily.
Yeah, but that year we played Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, we did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually would pull people in because we, at the time, one of the things that we were working on with Jason, Edge of Blade, or just Edge, we'll just call him Edge.
Yeah. Edge of the Bee.
Edge of the Bee. Sorry. That one caught me off guard. Something we were working with him was we were actually making our own Cards Against Humanity expansions.
Yeah, which I bet you know what it would stand to reason anybody watching this stream has probably seen his viral video, Crabs Adjust Humidity.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, there's been a couple of ones. He actually did his own little. That one in particular was one of his best ones.
Yeah,
in fact,
over 10,000 views.
For the longest time, I was trying to create a video that would get more views on our channel, and it took a while.
Hasn't that always been the goal?
To overcome him?
No, to just get
more views in general.
Views.
Yes, but he was the top video on our channel for a long time.
I mean, it was like over 10,000, right?
I don't know if it was over 10,000, but it's quite a few.
Like I considered it to be a viral video at the time. Of course, our expectations were way low, and then they got really high, and now they're low again. Because the last stream, like the last couple of streams we've done, like they're pretty low.
Sure, but I do edit them and put them back up, and those get a little more views.
Oh yeah, okay. You know what? That makes sense because like if there's a live stream and I see it's an old live stream, I almost always overlook it.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of live streams out there where like it's basically just like saying hi to people in chat.
Yes.
Like, it's basically it.
There was a cool one I saw not long ago that was a guy actually just doing art.
Those are cool, and
yeah.
That's actually more my understanding. I don't Twitch at all, but that's like more of a Twitch thing.
Yeah. This one was on Facebook, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But all three platforms have live video, so.
I thought about doing that just because I'm not a great artist, but I thought it might be entertaining for people to watch my journey because I am improving.
Sure.
I'm not perfect yet, and I make all sorts of mistakes, and sometimes my stuff's just boring because I don't do angles well.
Right.
You're in Steam too, you bugaboo.
I'm fine.
All right. So no, we want to make it more interactive. And we've been saying this the whole time. We want you to play games, watch a show, win fabulous prizes. That's what we want people to do when they come to our show.
I've got some of those fabulous prizes right here.
I mean, yeah, we're not going to keep them a secret this time, are we?
We don't need to.
Yeah.
I got some new ones that you don't know about yet.
I would love for you to break out.
I'm really excited
some
for
of
you
that
to see
good.
Yeah. I got these yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ugh. All right. What did you... Oh, no. Okay. Okay, so he's breaking these out, and these are the Micro Machines.
No, Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels Avengers cars. The thing is that Johnny's a big fan of these.
I'm not a big fan of them. I just have a few. I get a kick out of them. I think they're funny.
Okay.
This is Thor.
Good.
The lightning mobile.
Good. Stupid. Because Thor would never have a car. He can travel faster.
That's why
than the speed
I find
of
them
light.
so funny. That's why I bought some at the dollar store that were the Star Wars ones.
Yeah, the Darth.
It's so stupid.
The Darth Vader car.
That's why I like.
By
them.
the way,
it's like liking bad movies.
That was still my favorite game. Was playing Would You Rather with the audience.
Yeah,
Because what we did 2 years ago or last year. Did we skip last year?
No, we had a booth last year, but we did not do the podcast program last year.
Okay. So this was 2 years ago. We were playing a game of Would You Rather, but the thing was Johnny would introduce would introduce the choice, and then I and an audience member would have to come to a consensus as to which direction to go. And I thought that was a lot of fun. Because Would You Rather as a game, it's like this or that.
Right.
You know, there's not enough talk and there's not enough interaction.
We also
So
have a ton
we're gonna
of,
give these out as prizes.
yeah, we have a ton of.
Oh.
This is going to go to one person. This is a bunch of zombie movies. So this one looks like the worst one. Return of the Living Dead 3.
I just want to see if they're okay. You go through them, and I'll tell you if I've ever heard of them. No.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
Day of the Dead.
Yes.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yes.
George A. Romero's Diary of the Dead. I remember that one, but I never watched it.
There are a lot of discs here. Are we sure we're not double?
Oh, this one has something. It says The Zen of Zombie in it as well.
Okay. Oh, it's a book.
I'm going to be back.
Hey, let's end the stream.
Hold on, just give me 1 second.
Okay. Yeah. So, basically, a book was put in here, and actually, I don't know what's going on in the other room. But a book was put in here, and I don't. It's by Scott Kenmore. So stop by and you'll get a book, which will be it's kind of like homework. Basically, we're gonna be doing homework, or we're gonna be giving you homework. The whole Would You Rather thing that I was talking about, the year that I just dropped one of your fabulous prizes, and unfortunately, you're still gonna have to get the prize. That's not gonna end. I'm gonna damage most of this before it gets to you. And what we did with the Would You Rather was basically, Johnny had one of these cars, and it was the Darth Vader version of it was if Darth Vader was a pickup truck, I think, and it was would you rather be Darth Vader from the movies or Darth Vader as this pickup truck? And I'm blanking on the guy's name. He was really cool. We wound up saying that because Darth Vader could use the Force to pick up the truck and thusly fly in this way, he was marginally better than normal Vader because then he could drop himself onto other people. There's a slight problem that he would need a mechanic rather than healing normally, but that's true for Vader anyway. It's a stupid game. I'm sorry I brought it up, and you're probably seeing how tired I am at this point. But the best game that we did, and we're thinking about bringing it back, is no. We might be doing some Super Fight because Super Fight is always super fun. If you're not familiar with the game, basically, if you've ever been in a nerdy conversation, I need to find the toy I dropped. It's gone. If you've ever been in a nerdy conversation where you're like, oh, who would win, Spider-Man or Captain America? Super Fight is a form of structured debate in order to figure out who's right and who's wrong. But it's not that structured because there's no, or at least as far as I've read the rules, there's no way to explain who won. You just either concede defeat or you don't. But actually and so you kind of like, everyone else at the table can kind of weigh in. It's like, no, it doesn't make sense because Spider-Man's butt looks way better. Captain America's ass is definitely America's ass. Those of you who've seen Endgame know what I'm talking about. But something we're thinking about doing this time is, and I'm sorry, I'm super tired. I'm blinking on it just a little bit, and I'm using this sentence in order to give me time in order to figure out what it was, and I'm still trying to think of it, and it's still not working. Figured it out. Literally was thinking the whole time. No, so what we're gonna do is Johnny and I are gonna do some head-to-head trivia, but we're not gonna fact check ourselves. We're gonna gather up people, and they're going to vote on who they think between the two of us is right. And then afterwards, we'll actually Google it, and it'll be comic book trivia. Johnny doesn't know this. But I am probably just gonna grill, because we get to pick each other's questions. I'm just gonna grill him over and over and over again on Blade, because I know he knows nothing. I know he knows nothing, but I also know that he's gonna edit this video, so I am probably lying about that. It won't be that. In fact, I can't tell you what it's going to be. But this is supposed to be a jam session. This is us figuring out. Well, Johnny's doing what he's doing. This is what you have to remember is that Johnny is a father, and I think that there may be like a diaper emergency, which is something that can happen. I don't want to get too specific. And they also have a dog, so just there's a lot of things that can poop here. But basically, hey,
So,
what's going on?
Big news for Comicpalooza.
Yeah.
We're going to be auctioning off this baby.
Oh no, not a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, we doxed Jack. I know. He recoiled at my very touch. Aw, poor baby. Okay. Was there a poop emergency? That was my leading theory.
Oh, I'm not sure. He's just really upset. But Tara's giving him a bottle. She's prepping it, so I'm going to go make sure he got that.
Of course.
He's upset.
No, okay. So one thing that we were talking about, well, us as me in America, was that it'd be fun. I told you they have a dog too, so there's plenty of emergencies. There's plenty of fires to put out.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. But no, honestly, it would be fun for you guys to come up with some of the questions as well. Because then it's literally like you guys holding up paddles. I don't know that we have the resources to give every one of you paddles. And I don't, even if we did give you paddles like in an auction, one side says Johnny, one side says Zach, I don't trust you all to not spank one another with them. And no matter whose face or name you spank your consenting partner with, that's just disrespectful. Don't spank anybody with my name or image, unless you follow me on Twitter. That's @Zachnanimous. Then we're good. Like I said, really spitballing here. So yeah, so we kind of want to do a little trivia. It'd be fun to do some super fight, but okay. So there's three things that we're doing. There's the booth. This is very much the German 3. We're doing the booth. We're doing a panel, and we're doing a podcast. So in doing those 3 things, we're kind of gonna want 3 different things. Our panel. Let me explain it a little bit. Our panel is that we are going to be explaining to the audience how to incorporate a visual element into your podcast. Johnny and I are going to be moderating it, which I'm probably going to force Johnny to do so that I can sit. I'm going to try to stand as little as possible because I'll be on roller skates the entire time. Also a lie, Johnny. Trust nothing I say here. Good luck editing it. What you got there? More prizes?
This is not a prize.
It's not a prize.
But this is something we're going to use. I put out a all points bulletin for people who had Trivial Pursuit games that were the untraditional ones. And this is a Doctor Who Trivial Pursuit.
You know there's nobody who can actually play this game, right?
Why?
Because like Doctor Who fandom is splintered. It's like trying to do Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
It's like not everybody's seen Voyager.
Sure.
If you've seen Voyager, you may not have seen DS9. And if you followed all of the 90s stuff, maybe you never saw Original, and now there's Discovery and the movies. Impossible.
Well, we got it.
Okay.
For people who want to try, and we've been talking about different ways to do, to work trivia into the booth and then maybe our show. We're just going to use the questions that come with the game.
That is in direct contravention to exactly what I was just telling you.
Well, I don't know what you were telling me.
Well, I was saying that for our for the trivia that we'll be doing, in order to get the audience involved, they'd be voting on who's right, And I also said that part of it might be us like the audience coming up with questions, and you and I coming up with questions for one another too.
But we could also come up with questions.
Yeah.
Use questions for something like this.
Exactly.
Because I mean, you're right. You could do all of them. I'm curious. Here, I was gonna actually look at this.
Okay.
Because I think if I'm not mistaken, most Trivial Pursuits, don't always have multiple choice questions. I can't remember if they do or not.
Mm-hmm.
So that would, for what you want to do, multiple choice questions is the way to go.
That's true, because I'm certain that somebody, like, if there's nothing to guide an audience question, we're going to get nothing but Sailor Moon. And they're just...
He's never opened this.
We're not even going to talk about how good a catch that was.
I didn't see it. They saw it. No, this is our neighbor that brought this over, because he saw my plea.
Saw your what?
He saw my ask.
You saw your what?
Ask. A-S-K.
On what?
What is going on with this? I don't want to break
Give me you don't know. You never watched Doctor Who. You can't solve the problem by solving the problem.
Oh, the string was keeping it closed.
Yeah. You have to solve the solution. That's what the doctor always says.
Yeah, I didn't realize he's never opened this before.
The thing is, I can say anything about Doctor Who and you believe me.
Sure.
Because everything I just said, a lie. And, like, I've been talking to you this entire time because I know you're going to edit this video.
Yes.
I've been lying to you the entire time. Because I said I was going to come up with a bunch of Blade questions for you.
Uh-huh.
Because I know you know nothing.
Blade questions?
Yeah.
Like the
Marvel hero. Blade.
I've seen the movies.
Yeah, that doesn't even come close to covering it. Like, I'm gonna get some deep lore stuff.
You know a lot of deep lore stuff about Blade?
I can learn it in order to do this to you.
Yeah. So it looks like some of them are multiple choice.
Okay, and the rest of them?
Fill in the blank. Complete the story title. Blank in Venice.
Vampires.
In which year did the Silurians first appear in Doctor Who?
Oh, that's not even fair. But I'm gonna say 2008.
1970.
What?
That's what it says.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can go on and on about it. Okay, but there's like at least one or two multiple choice questions per card. So that helps.
We should throw the trash away and put the game in the box.
I don't know if that's the way he wants it. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Who?
I borrowed. My neighbor just came over and let me borrow this.
I didn't know it was a borrow.
It's a borrow.
Because you see that little wear right there on the Dalek?
Yeah.
It's where I licked it until some of that came off.
Nice.
Okay.
But I told him I was going to use the cards, and then everything else will,
And everything else will...
destroy.
Yeah, we'll just wipe our butts with it. Because why not? Give me the cards. Give me the cards.
What are we doing with the cards?
We're putting it in the box so they don't get lost.
All right.
All right. Okay, so here's the... So we have many different ways that we can come up with questions.
Sure.
All right. So how do we
I've
determine?
been talking and I haven't have a mic on.
How do we determine which one to use?
Determine which way to come up with questions?
Yeah, we got Trivial Pursuit boys.
Which I think is what we're going to do, I think, for most of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll throw some in. We'll predetermine them, I think. We'll come up with a list. Or we come up with a list of 100. Thanks. We'll come up with like 100, and then we'll use a D100 to figure out them on the fly. It'll be a mix list. What?
Sounds like work.
It is. Speaking of.
Pass.
Then we'll just do the cards. The cards are easiest.
But they're all Doctor Who.
I also have Lord of the Rings, and I have Star Wars one coming.
Let's do your list. Let's put in the work. Because there's not even comic books. So you listed 0 comic books.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why the list was my first idea, because we can come up with the right mix of questions.
There's got to be a way to get out of it.
There's not. You just got to do the work. Here's the thing. Speaking of work, I got a question for you. I'm gonna ask you live on the air. How many perler bead art things have you made so far?
None. 0.
I'm gonna start making them for you.
Nada.
I see how much you enjoy work.
Yeah. I have a job, okay?
So do I.
Well, how many T-shirts? How many T-shirts you made?
You mean these?
Yeah.
50.
You've made 50?
I got them printed. I have them in a box.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's why I'm wearing this.
Okay.
To advertise that I have the shirts now. I didn't make them by myself. I actually looked into making my own silk screening thing, and that would have been a lot of work.
It's a big investment up front, but then
I'd save a lot of money.
Yeah, you'd save a lot of money over time.
And I might end up doing that, but I did not want to risk doing that.
You are going to have to clean out the garage.
Uh-huh.
That's the only way.
That is the only way.
Which means, Johnny, you're going to have to throw away a prank I pulled on you like 3 years ago.
Which is?
The TV.
You're calling that a prank?
Yes.
I've used it. I like having it.
You like having a tremendous TV that no one can move in your garage.
It's in the garage because I actually do workouts. I love to put it to YouTube channels that do workout videos and stuff.
It's operating?
Yeah.
That TV's on?
I mean, it's plugged in. I haven't turned it on, like, recently.
Okay.
The baby happened, so my workout routine got all messed up, but I'm going to get back into it, yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Comicpalooza.
Comicpalooza.
So so we're going to do the show, which we talked about doing a version of a concept we talked about called crowdfund, which is going to be fun. We will be doing a version of it where we will be representing teams, which is also something we've done before at Comicpalooza. We did a super fight.
Okay, so we're actually just. Well, I was talking about that. We got three irons in the fire.
Yeah.
We got the booth. Mm-hmm. We have our show, which is through the podcasting program. Right. And then we have the panel. So where did you imagine each thing happening? Well, the panel is pretty dry. Like it's literally for podcasters who want to start making a video podcast.
What was the question? No. Go. I heard most of it. What was the question?
Which one do you want? Which idea do you want to do where? Which game are we playing where?
I want to do I want to do a mix of our idea for crowdfund with some trivia.
Let's not
not throw that in there at all.
Let's not do any teasers for crowdfund right now until we hammer out some of the.
Fine. But I want to do the trivia.
Intellectual property is a funny thing.
I want to do the trivia, absolutely for sure, for the booth. I want that to be an option for people that want to get another raffle ticket, which we usually do every year.
Yeah, that's how we structure the rewards for any of our games. Yeah. Which is basically, if you do well in something that we ask you to participate in, you get a raffle ticket. You come back. Usually we do it around
once or twice a day. Like 4 o'clock will be the last. If we do 2 in a day, but sometimes it's just 1. Yeah. Yeah.
And you come back, you show your ticket, we pull tickets out of a hat. And usually we bring so much crap because, like, look at Johnny just bought, this is a DVD and a book. Usually we have so much crap that there's enough for everybody.
Yeah. And we've got crap we didn't give away last year.
Mm. That's true. Although we are out of the Johnny and Zach action figures.
We are.
We are out.
We are out of the action figures. We made action figures of ourselves. Action figures. Literally dolls. They were dolls that we just called action figures. They were dolls. Uh-huh. So I just want to make that clear. So I want to do the trivia for sure for that.
Okay.
Give people that option.
I believe you.
And then we might do a version. We might make that part of
do aversion therapy. We're just gonna start shocking you with
the reason I had you the reason I had you repeat that question a second ago is because right at the end when you were talking, I had an idea that I was thinking about.
So you weren't listening.
Just the end.
All right.
I have a lot of Nerf guns.
That's true.
So I thought during our panel, which will be an instructional panel, about it's a stupid idea. This is it's not going to fly, but I want this to happen. It's an instructional panel about making your show visual, bringing visual elements to a podcast or something like that. I would like to give at the beginning of our panel when we start. I would like to give Nerf guns to the audience, and that they could just shoot at us, because I think that what otherwise would be probably pretty boring panel, especially if you're, because it's at an odd time. There's not going to be probably a big crowd. I just thought that would be something fun that they can do. If they get bored at any point during the panel, they can just start shooting us.
Maybe we invite them to bring their own
Nerf guns?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way they're not shooting our darts at us, so that they might think to save some. And not just make the entire first 5 minutes of the whole thing just be a volley.
Well, the rules I think would be that once the clip is empty, like they can't go retrieve darts. So we'll just give them a full gun. Some of them only have one shot. Some of them have 5.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it'd be too bad.
Counter offer.
Okay.
We as panelists have all the Nerf guns. All right?
Someone starts to fall asleep.
I was thinking people...
I thought it'd be less of a liability if we're not shooting at
people
them.
come up to ask questions. Uh-huh. We answer their questions, and then based upon...
Who they hit, that's who has to answer it?
You know what? That's better.
Yeah.
I was thinking we just asked I was gonna wear a toga and laurel in my hair, and I'd be like, so your question has been answered, but it does offend the king. What say you all? And everybody gets to vote on whether or not they get shot just for asking the question.
Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down. I like that, but I don't want to be shooting our attendees just because I think the liability would be a little off.
What if they hit no one? I guess we'll go rando. We'll roll dice.
There you go.
To figure out. Okay. Everyone's got to start with, so this is a question for blah. We're going to have to get your most expensive, or at least most accurate Nerf gun, so that there's a...
Yeah.
Because you got to learn.
I got some new ones, actually, from the Christmas party at your family's house. Mm-hmm. Those fly a lot faster through the air than the traditional Nerf guns. Are they the
sucker end?
I don't think so.
Are the individual rounds like the size of shotgun shells?
They're a little bit smaller.
Okay, that one's fine. Yeah. And the faster it is, the more accurate it's going to be.
Okay, so panel, Nerf guns.
Nerf guns. Bring Nerf.
The actual podcast episode we'll be doing, we haven't really discussed that one yet. But for the booth, trivia for sure, and maybe a physical challenge. We haven't really hammered that out.
Very important to me.
I know, okay. So we'll have to do
because my thing is like, it's fun to have stuff to do, but it's fun to have stuff to do.
Right. It'd be nice if we could do a dunking booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay.
So what are we gonna do for the show proper?
Take a nap.
Take a nap. We are crashing.
Wait. You talking about the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. I miss Would You Rather. I miss it. I love it.
It's my least favorite thing we've done for the show. It's the least favorite thing.
Okay, so
I think what we should do for the show is get, since we have a visual show, I think we should find all the really, all the ones that would participate, all of the cosplayers, and we have them do some type of battle of wits.
It's a little bit of this is like, okay, I want you to know that as our fans, we have faith in all of you. But the thing is like not everybody, social anxiety is a real thing.
Right, which is why we've done in the past. We've championed for the teams that we pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe celebrity interviews.
For the show?
Huh? I was thinking like, oh, somebody dressed up like Sub-Zero. Let's talk to Sub-Zero.
Okay.
Let's
talk Sub-Zero.
Let's talk to Sub-Zero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, things like that. I like the idea of gathering up some people in their costumes or cosplaying or closet cosplaying, because I don't want I don't want anybody to think.
Let me be clear about something.
Yeah.
One thing is that we do have to have a battle because that is the official description of what our show is going to be at Comicpalooza.
Oh right, we did make some promises.
We kind of painted ourselves into a corner on that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's read the description.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to make sure that we're crafting something even remotely based upon what we said it would be. Should be. It's on the website, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, probably. I was just going to know. I was going to go where I knew it was. Where did I read it from last time? Oh, here it is. I think. No.
I don't know. Just go to the website. The website would be faster at this point.
I don't believe it. I don't believe that at all.
Why?
I just don't. I think it's going to take me a while to find it.
What's Carrie up to? I just saw you had Carrie Gordon up.
He's in charge of the podcast program.
I don't like that guy.
That's not true.
No, the first panel we were on together, there was this really awkward moment, and like I was afraid that he was gonna like take offense, because he said the word I think it was Sex Panther.
Okay.
Or no, is Sex Panther's not a band, is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Either way, he said the word panther, but I heard the word pants her. And I was like, "Did you say sex pants her?" And he was like, "Dude, I got a lisp. Take it easy."
Oh,
and,
that's right.
Yeah, he was really.
That's
he
right.
had a really good, really good spirit about it. Really good sport.
Oh, that's right, because we were talking about bands and stuff.
Yeah, because he's Metal Geeks.
Right. I do remember that one you're talking about.
I don't know if he's still Metal Geeks. Man.
Yeah, should be.
You're incapable of finding this.
I told you I was going to have trouble finding it on the website, but you insisted that I go there.
You were having trouble finding it where you thought it was.
Yeah, but I had a better feeling about my own email.
Or activities. Activities. Table anime entertainment.
Where I was.
Live entertainment.
That's where I was. That's exactly where I'm at.
Comedy sports. Just
definitely not it. Well, hold on. No. There's got to be like a podcasting
media. Oh, go back to your.
Go find it where I think it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Where it's not.
It's just.
Okay. Okay. Well, one thing I do remember is that we made some allusions to the Thunderdome.
Found it.
Right where I said in the email.
Okay.
Right where I instructed you to go. You're welcome.
The title for our Comicpalooza show is WarPod Thunderdome. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves, slightly ahead of the other team. That's the whole title. Description. The WarPod with your hosts Zach Nanimus and Johnny Dim will be pitting congoers against one another in a series of games and nerd trivia where they will compete for prizes, bragging rights, and eternal glory. We have a 45-minute time slot.
Okay. So we're going to have to gather up people, at least 3 to a team. Okay, at least 2. Sometimes at cons it's just easier to find couples. So we'll need at least 2 teams. We'll need at least 2 people on each team. And we are going to create a list of fair questions.
Yep.
And we are going to determine, I would say rather than having like a buzzer or anything like that, because that requires just a little bit of infrastructure, we're going to flip a coin to see which team goes first, and if they can't answer their question, then it goes over to the other team.
Sure.
Okay. So that's just normal trivia.
Do you want to incorporate a physical challenge here too?
I do.
So there'll be different phases. So basically, who wins the best out of the 3 different rounds that we'll have? That's which team wins.
Here's what we're gonna do. Cornhole.
Okay. Why are you so close to me?
You don't know what cornhole is?
I do know what cornhole is.
Yeah. Okay. So the physical challenge is gonna be slightly based on cornhole.
Just throwing a beanbag into a hole.
Or beer pong. Beer pong would but the balls always go everywhere.
They do. Well, that's fine. Well, one of us will retrieve balls. One of us will be stationed at the throwing end, and the other person will be stationed at the receiving end.
What if it was knock over the bottles, like the carnival game with the beanbag?
Zach, pick one.
I'm going through ideas to think about what would be the most.
Okay.
What would be the best? Okay. The thing
What would be the best? What would be the best?
I'm working on it.
I'm
the
thinking.
thing is, we're throwing ball. Okay, so beer pong. Okay, cornhole. First off, you need a lot of space to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, beer pong. The balls go everywhere. Throwing. Throwing. A
Knocking over
beanbag,
a thing. Yeah.
The cups can break, or
You get plastic cups.
huh? Well, yeah, of course it'd be plastic, but the thing is, like, even a plastic one will like it like. Okay, if it's like a little.
We could just get wooden pillars or something. Something that won't break.
Stop myself. I almost said Jenga. No way in hell are we gonna do Jenga.
No, we're not.
We could design something, stuff that looks like villains from various thingies.
We can't make this too elaborate. We've already carved out a lot of work for ourselves.
All right. Okay. I think that throwing to knock over a series of bottles works. We'll get relatively flimsy cups because like the hardcore ones, like they're the ones that break more easily.
Okay. Let's figure it out really quick because the Rockets game is already started. He hates this. No, come on. We'll,
Should we just?
no.
should we
Just no. We'll get to the natural end. I was just trying to make a joke.
I was thinking that we get relatively cheap cups,
Yeah.
but we'll glue a weight to the inside of them so that they have a little
They
bit
don't
more,
fall over as
a little
easy.
more heft.
Well, we have those ones we have, and actually I have a few that are just plastic. They definitely don't break on impact. The ones that have, I have one that has I think it has Batman stuff.
We're both dumb.
We're both dumb.
Okay, take even a disposable one that you can put a top on
Sure.
that seals well and filled with water or sand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like a water bottle.
Well, yeah, but they're not. They're not going to stack great
Sure.
unless you put cardboard in between.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
One of those.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there.
And do you want to throw beanbags? Probably the best bet.
Yeah, they won't roll. Okay, and so that'll be the nature of the physical challenge.
Sure. We'll fine tune it.
Mm-hmm. And you do the physical challenge portion. Why?
To win. What do you mean why?
Well, it's like, why did we stop trivia in the first place? Why is this not just a battle of wits?
Oh, because we wanted diversity. Diversity in challenges to find out whoever the best well-rounded person is.
Your diversity seems a little forced.
It does.
Okay, so we'll start off with the trivia round, and then we'll have the physical challenge round, and then it's got to end in a lightning round.
Lightning trivia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which will all be fill in the blank, and it'll be first say it, first get it. Like
The whole team at once has to, whichever one speaks first?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be like,
That'd be I like that because
Captain America the first.
Ping pong ball.
No, wrong, bad, and they get shot with Nerf.
I'm really nervous about shooting people with the Nerf guns.
They should have watched the show if they.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
Nerf guns don't hurt. We'll make sure to get the Nerf guns that don't hurt.
We'll ask you. Is the more important thing, Johnny. By the way, I broke one of your toys.
What?
I dropped it on the floor and I don't know where it is.
Oh, that's fine.
All right.
I thought you broke one. It's like, those aren't yours. Those are whoever wins them.
All right. What do they? Okay, these people who come to the podcast, they should walk away with prizes. Just not a raffle.
Well, here's what's going to happen. I think we should have a pool of prizes where if there's 3 to a team, right? We can maybe use the cars or maybe some other stuff. We can use some movies, whatever we have. I think there should be enough prizes there for everyone who participated. The winners just get to pick their prizes first from the pool.
Yeah. Here's the other thing, and we're really just planning, and so a little bit of this is going to be like behind the curtain information. So we're going to need to find a way to get people to sign up to be part of it and incentivize them actually showing up because that's been an issue in the past.
Right. So we'll take down people's social security numbers.
There you go.
And if they don't show up, then we put them out online.
There you go.
So
dox that SSN.
Yeah, no, I think people signing up, if we write their name down, I think it becomes more official. And I think they'll more likely to show up, and we will tell them, if you show up, you will win something.
Yeah, everyone gets a prize.
Right.
Everyone gets a prize.
And I think we just overcommit a little bit, like maybe 4 or 5 people to a team, and we know at least 2 or 3 per team will show up.
I think we're going to have to get that number to 6.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's part of our process, man. We leave our phones on purpose.
Oh, God.
What?
Everything blew up. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
It was a doctor's appointment reminder.
All right. Okay. So at the table, trivia
and physical challenge.
to be TBD.
Yeah, we'll figure out exactly what we're going to do there.
During the panel, you ask us questions. Whoever you happen to hit with a Nerf gun answers.
That's who answers it.
Yeah. Which
if you miss, shoot again.
I thought they were going to roll. If they hit no one.
Oh, if they hit no one, just roll?
Yeah.
But if they have a very specific question they want answered, I think they should just shoot until they hit who they were aiming for.
That's a good idea. Yeah. This is a question. All right. And then during the podcast, it's going to be team physical challenge. Oh, okay. What's going to be I'm going to say what's going to be different about the. I was going to say what's going to be different about the panel or the booth is that it's going to be us answering the questions. Maybe, but no, probably not. I don't know.
No, not the booth. At the booth, it's if they answer it right, they get another raffle ticket.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to do us answering the questions for the podcast part, but we don't have to do that. It might be. It's just trivia.
We're going to refine.
They're not performing. Like if they're like in Super Fight, we had to do it because we didn't want to put somebody on the spot. Right there in the middle of the floor.
Oh, but we did have the thing, and I talked about it earlier. Is that like if we so we can bring in as many people as we want, as long as it's head to head with you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we did say there's gonna be team stuff, so
I think we can just have a contingency plan. We can actually do both. If there too many people show up, then we do us representing the teams. If it's 4 or less on each team, then they're just doing it themselves.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Sorry, I was thinking what we were talking about and what I told America here is that we were going to have trivia and either of us were going to have an answer for it.
Right.
And then the crowd was going to vote on who was right.
Right.
Yeah.
Which may not work in that scenario if everybody watching is only the teams that are there. Because then you get a very biased opinion.
Exactly.
If we had a bigger crowd, then definitely that could work.
If we get a large enough crowd, okay, then we'll pick people to come up and be part of our individual think tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we can take questions from the audience.
Take questions, like trivia questions.
Yes.
I don't like that idea. Just because I think it's really iffy. You could get something really bad.
Like what?
Just something that doesn't make sense.
Like why doesn't Spider-Man's taint have its own radio talk show?
That's an example.
You're right. It's really easy to do. Okay, so these are a few ideas that we're going to refine. We just want you to know that we are working on the problem of making Comicpalooza as much fun as humanly possible. So excited to see you all there. See you next week for next week's show. Hope you enjoyed double streaming today. Once again, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe.
There's no way people watch that video and this video. No way. If you have, you can have this car. Just at me, bro.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, at Johnny Dim.
At Johnny Dim.
Yep.
JONNYDEM.
Correct.
Is capitalization? Does that even matter?
Doesn't matter on Twitter.
Okay. All right. Well, once again, hope you enjoyed the show. Like, comment, and subscribe. And remember that this is the WarPod, the official podcast of the Warlocks Entertainment System, your one-stop shop for geek culture news around Houston and the world. Bye-bye. I'm gonna keep doing this until you turn off the thing, Johnny. Turn off the thing.